Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be going over one of the unique pairs of pants that I didn't go over in previous patches. And it's probably for the best because quite honestly the previous versions of these pants kind of sucked. And although these aren't really the greatest, they're much better than they were when they first started. And that is the Storm's Companion Pants. The Storm Companion Pants are a pair of pants specifically kind of focused around the Wolvies, if you've got yourself a pair of Wolvies. Or maybe a trio of Wolvies, depending on how you have them set up. This is just something that enhances them a little bit more. The pair of pants does have the while injured, your potion also grants 45% movement speed for 2 seconds. I would have rather preferred the barrier, but you know, that's what they got. On top of this, we also get a 605 to 1,310 life bonus, which is pretty nice. That was one of the changes they made. Also, 4.6 to 10.7% damage reduction, which is another change they made. So as you can, we got 2 defensive stats on here, so not exactly terrible. We also have a 42 to 73.5% companion movement speed, which speeds up the wolves considerably. And then we also have 3 to 4 plus to wolves themselves, which of course beefs up the wolves and makes them dish out a little bit more damage. Now, your wolf companions are also infused with the power of Storm, dealing lightning damage and granting the Storm Howl ability. Now, when you put these pants on, one of the things you're going to notice right off the bat is that, well, your Wolvie's eyes start to glow, and they get like a lightning charge around them. This changes them from basically a physical damage to a lightning damage attack. They're no longer physical. As far as I can tell. And they scale off of things like lightning damage. So as you can see here, now they are running in here and they are actually attacking and they're using their lightning damage ability. When I use the attack, they actually teleport, which is kind of crazy. The Storm Companion Pants actually seems to give them the ability to teleport. I've also noticed that when you use the ability, they also have the ability to do this kind of like lightning bolts, or I'm not really sure what to call it. Not bolts, but more like a dancing sort of a lightning attack that kind of comes out of them. It's kind of hard to see because of the training dummies. Let me change this down to a single. And then we're going to use it. And you see they kind of have like this kind of like lightning nova that pops out. And then on top of that, they also have a lightning sort of effect that pops out too occasionally. And then when you use the ability, they kind of both do this thing. They also have an ability called the Storm Howl ability. And you'll see them do it every now and then. It's kind of difficult to get a good idea of what's going on though, because I got my own lightning effects that are coming off. But their lightning effects are like a dark purple, and mine are not. Now, the thing is that their lightning effects kind of scale off of my lightning effects, which I think is the intention here. So basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to convert the wolves into a storm type ability so that you can scale their damage with, say, for instance, something like Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck is one of the easiest ways to scale lightning damage, and pretty sure that Thunderstruck applies to them as well as to you because they've been converted to storm skills. So they basically are a storm skill now with the Storm's Companion on, and that pretty much turns them into lightning damage, which can be scaled by you. And that seems to be the entire purpose, is that it kind of just gives you the ability to scale their damage with your storm bonuses, with your lightning bonuses, with your lightning critical strike and things like that, which does make their damage a little bit higher. If we take off the pants, because I am actually set up for lightning right now, and you look at their damage output, they're currently doing like 222. And when I have them attack, they dish out, what, like 6,000 maybe? Let's look at that again just to be sure. I must wait a moment. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, not really all that much, like 4,200. Then when I throw these on, the Storm's Companion, you'll notice that they are definitely getting my multipliers and my lightning damage bonuses, because they go from dishing out a mediocre like 4,000 to hitting for like 13,000 and so forth and so on. And like their basic attacks seem to hit for as high as 1,000. They also have random lightning effects that are coming off at any given time. And so basically all this really does is it just kind of converts the wolves into a way that you can scale them as a storm-based character. So if you're a character that is running, say, Lightning Storm, if you're a character that is running, like Tornado and you have lots of storm bonuses, or maybe you're a basic Storm Strike Claw build, or maybe you're running, I don't know, like beefed up Cataclysm or whatever it may be, or you're running Earth and Storm together. I mean, basically all this does is it just gives you an additional way to add in more lightning damage into your fun. And if you have the werewolf version, the werewolves also get the lightning thing around them, and they also get the little lightning eyeballs. The teleport thing is pretty cool, though, I gotta admit. It does make it a lot easier for them to hit their targets than when they're not using the teleport thing. To give you an idea, let me drag them back away. And when you're not using the teleport thing, they actually jump. As you can see, this one even like kind of missed entirely somehow. I don't know how that happened. It doesn't really happen with Storm's Companion. One of the issues with this particular pair of pants, though, is that, well... So, and this was the same issue as before, is that your pants are one of your tankiest slots in the game. It is where you get the most of your damage reduction modifiers, and it's definitely very useful that they added in 2 damage reduction modifiers in here, but you're still missing 2 to put these pants on. So keep that in mind. On top of that, you may not necessarily be getting a large amount of damage out of this. It really depends on how you're set up, whether you're very hard into the lightning effects, multipliers for Thunderstruck, and so forth and so on. I feel like this is only really going to be useful if you are full in on lightning, and that's really the only way it's going to be useful. And then on top of that, you also probably need to be full in on the wolves, and that doesn't just mean the wolves themselves. You're probably going to also have to grab the Call of the Wild 3 points, which is another 30% multiplier for them. And then on top of that, if you're going for damage, you could go with something like the Critical Strike, which gives them a pretty nice attack speed bonus. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can utilize the wolves, like, for instance, for the fortification, which is really one of the main ways I utilize them. Their ability to fortify me constantly is without reproach. I mean, basically all you got to do is just let them go at it, and usually you end up fortified pretty quickly, or at least they help maintain it, which is definitely very nice. It's a 40% lucky hit chance, which isn't really too bad, and it's an 8% of your maximum life, and of course it's not going off at all just to make fun of me. Get him. Well, there we go. I'm starting to get it now. But it helps keep you topped off. I mean, the wolves just literally just sit there and just do their thing. And as long as they're sitting there doing their thing, I mean, you'll get plenty of fortification from them. You'll get the damage output. Only reason I was really even using the wolves at this point is, well, just having some fun with it. Storm's Companion definitely seems like an interesting unique, but I really feel like the wolves need to be a lot more powerful than they currently are to really kind of make you want to utilize them. The Storm Howl ability is also kind of interesting, and I wish I could get them to utilize it, because basically what happens is they kind of shoot off these little lightning bolts. I don't really know how to put it. It's kind of hard to see it happen, but occasionally you'll see them just kind of howl, and then the lightning bolts actually kind of just come off of them. There you go. There you go. See how the lightning just kind of came down when they did their little howl thing? It's actually kind of nice. The lightning howl actually does a pretty decent little amount of damage itself. And they can each use the lightning howl ability separately, or the storm howl ability. The frequency at which they use it, though, isn't too ridiculous. As you can see, it struck 3 times. It's like 3 times per wolf. And of course, you can have like 3 wolves if you're using the +1. So you get basically, what's that, 3, 6, 9? So like 9 lightning strikes every single time they use their Storm Howl ability. I wasn't even paying attention to see how much damage it did. Let's pay attention this time and see how much damage it actually does. Of course, this isn't like a full lightning setup, but wasn't really all that much. It was like 1,000, 2,000. It definitely seems like a unique that could be interesting if they did a little bit of work to it. I feel like the companions in general just aren't really quite there yet to do a significant amount of damage on their own. It's actually kind of sad because the spider, the new little Sensual spider, is way better than like any of the companions. It can dish out way more damage and pretty much like solo bosses. Good luck getting the wolves to solo anything, even with the Storm Companion Pants, and as many plus the skills as you can possibly get for them. It's unfortunate. Anyway, I think I've gone on long enough on the Storm's Companion Pants. Let me know what you guys think of them. Have you been able to get a significant amount of damage out of these pants? Obviously, the changes to the defensive stats have definitely made them a lot more usable. And we also forgot about the flavor text. The storms rage in my own brother. I call and the skies roar in reply. Vacillate to Bull Cathos. Anyways, always, thanks for watching, and keep watching.